Hello, welcome to another edition of Conspirator Works Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of March 25th, 2020. This is my last pull list for a while. We got news on Monday that Diamond Comics is going to be stopping shipping new books, mainly because the printers that print the books are shutting down due to COVID-19. So what that means is there's no new books going forward coming out from publishers is in a physical format. Now that doesn't mean they won't come out digitally. If they do, that's going to be a huge thing for the comic industry to figure out, because if stores aren't getting product and stores aren't able to sell, stores aren't able to stay afloat, stores aren't able to weather the coronavirus storm. And so, there'll be a lot more store closures. So we'll see what happens in the next few weeks. I know that my kids' school just got shut down, it's not shut down, but they're not going back until May 1st is the last day. So they will head back to classes on May 4th. But so they've extended the closure of the schools for my kids. And which means my other job is basically closed until then. But we'll be my kids will be doing online stuff, and I have to be doing online work as well. So yeah, I'm still busy. Still got a lot of stuff to do with the comic book store. We have a ton of support from our community in helping us out. We are offering store credit that you can use once we're back on our feet and reopened. They're kind of like war bonds, you can think of. So I'll put a link in the description below for that. If you want to help us out, you can purchase one of those, and that helps us. And you can therefore in-store purchase only, though, for future reference. But so I don't know how that works with mail order and stuff, but you can't get anything online with them. So if you want to help out and then figure out how to get something later, that's what we can work on. But link is in the description below, and you can also email Ryan about that. So this is my last pull list for the foreseeable future. So that means that I won't necessarily have something to give you guys going forward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and at least do a weekly video every week of just touching base and seeing what's going on, talking to you guys about maybe what I'm reading, commenting on things that if you ask me questions, all that wonderful stuff. So I'm still here to give you guys content every week. The podcast, Comics Conspiracy Podcast, we did not record this week due to Ryan being sick. But hopefully going forward, we can do the self-distancing recording of doing it from home over Discord and recording it and giving it to you guys. So everything's kind of in flux right now. Hopefully everybody's at least staying safe and healthy, and not avoiding people, but practicing good social distancing, washing your hands, all that wonderful stuff. So, but you're here for the pull list, so let's get into it. I'll fill you guys in on some other stuff later. So first up, for the final week of comics shipping and for the foreseeable future, we have Action Comics 1021. This is the variant cardstock cover, because I can't stand getting John Romita Jr. artwork. So, yep. Next up, we have Amethyst number 2. I have not yet gotten a chance to check out number 1, but I love Amy Reeder's art, and she's a fantastic creator, so I can't wait to see what Amethyst story she wants to tell us. Next up is Basketful Heads from Joe Hill and Black Label. This has been a really interesting book. I've really enjoyed it. Can't wait to see what happens with it. This is the second to last issue. Who knows when this last issue will be out? Next up, we have Batman Curse of the White Knight, book 8. So, we got this one going here. I don't remember if this is 8 books or 9. If it's 8, cool, we get to finish it. If not, we'll see what happens. Next up is Batman Superman number 8. I've enjoyed this one. It's been really, really good. Williamson's done a fantastic job with giving us Batman Superman stories. The first one was definitely kind of connected with stuff coming out of with Infected and You're the Villain and all that wonderful stuff. But I'm curious to see where Williamson takes us past all of that. Next up, we have Detective Comics number 1021. Peter Tomasi's done a fantastic job on Detective. Love it. It's great stuff. It's solid. You should check it out. And yes, officially Action and Detective are neck and neck now with their numbering. So we'll see if that continues. Next up, we have Far Sector number 5. I've enjoyed it I really enjoyed the first issue. Going in the next one, they didn't hit that high mark that the first issue did, but it's enjoyable. So I'm keeping up with Far Sector. Next up, we have Flash number 752. More Joshua Williamson for you today. Man, it's really, really great. If you haven't read Flash 750, at least pick that up and check it out. It is a solid read. Next up is a 100-page giant from Beyond the Unknown Giant. A bunch of space stories from the DC universe. I always love those. Good. Sorry if I'm yawning. I'm super tired. I did a 10.5-hour work shift at the shop yesterday. We were closed to the public, but I had to process the entire shipment by myself. Roughly, probably, I think, maybe 20 to 25 diamond boxes of product. All by myself. Hadn't done it in a while. So yeah, it took a bit. And then I had to wake up again. Oh, excuse me. And go to work and process orders and stuff. Did some curbside pickup today from 11 to 1. And now I'm home recording this video. And then I got to go back and do some more curbside pickup. So love it when everybody else is sick but me. So yeah. Not to mention I have my kids. So you can just imagine how much fun that is. Moving on. Justice League Dark number 21. I love Justice League Dark. I need to catch up with it because Animal Man was in the last one and I haven't read it yet. Next up we have The Last God, book 1 of the Fellowship Chronicles. This is issue 6. This is probably going to be the make or break for me on this series. So I have a few issues to read. We'll see if I continue with it. Next up is Lazarus Risen, number 4. This book basically comes out quarterly. Rucka does an amazing job on it. It's fantastic. I love Lazarus. It's a great concept. He does really, really well. Storytelling in it, world building, and all that stuff. Great, great stuff. If you haven't checked out Lazarus, you should. You really, really should. First trades out there. Pick up a copy from your local shop. Help support them during these really scary, unprecedented, odd, trying, uncertain, I don't know. Just, if you're going to be sitting at home and need something to read, Lazarus isn't a bad pick for you. So, next up, we have Legion of Superheroes number 5. Bendis has done a fantastic job with Legion of Superheroes. I can't wait to see what this issue has in store for us. More from Greg Rucka, and that's the Old Guard Force Multiplied. This is issue 4. Again, if you haven't checked out Old Guard, it's pretty interesting. It's basically about immortal assassins who basically can't die and who are basically hired killers. Interesting concept, so I'm curious to see where he takes it in this installment. But it's pretty good. Next up, we have Red Hood Outlaw number 44. Never thought I would have a Red Hood series in my pull last this long. But it's not bad. It's not great. I kind of want the norm of Artemis and Bizarro back, but we're seeing where everything's falling, especially after all of the shakeups with, kind of where the direction of the book and all that stuff. So we'll see. Next up, we have Stranger Things 3 or 4 of Into the Fire. More just lore and mythos from Stranger Things. Really good stuff. Really enjoy it. Next up, we have Suicide Squad number 4. I have not actually read anything past issue 1. I need to get caught up, but I've enjoyed Suicide Squad's concept, and I love Suicide Squad, and I love Harley, so there you go. Next up, we have Supergirl number 10. Apparently, she's going to try and burn away the infection that she has, because she's still infected. Yeah, we'll see if she's successful in that. Who knows? And finally on my... Oh, no, not finally. I still got 2 more. Wow. Wonder Woman number 754. Woo! Jesus. Sorry, guys. Yeah, 754. We're getting there. But Steve Orlando's done a fair job on Wonder Woman. I cannot actually wait for the new creative team to take off. And that's Marie Koto. I don't remember. Yeah, who it is, but and Mikel Janine. So yeah, can't wait. And finally, we have Exo Manowar #1. Yes, Exo Manowar's relaunched again. We'll see how this one goes. We'll see how this one is. I've enjoyed most of the Exo Manowar from Valiant. It's been fantastic. So hopefully the series follows suit. I did pick up some variant covers this week. You want to say hi before I do variants? Is that it? See, I let him do this once, and now he wants to do it every single time. What, do you need a hug? Do you need a hug? Come here. Come here. You want a hug? Come here. Come on. Hi. Oh, there you are. Okay, yes. See, I let him do it one time, and then now he just wants it all the time. You're not a lap dog. You know how big you are? You're ginormous. You realize how big you are? You got gunk on you. You're such a big baby. You're such a big baby. Okay, are you done? Can I finish? Oh, okay, you're not a lap dog. Oh, look at this guy. He's huge. You're not a lap dog. Why are you trying to get on my lap? What? Okay. All right, can you go off? Off. Thank you. Okay, go lay down. Go lay down. Go. All right, thank you. Oh, dog interruption for you. Go lay down. Go. I did grab some variants this week. First up, we have the variant for Batman Curse of the White Knight, #8, as a Joker on there. Libor Bermejo did the variant for Detective Comics #1021. This is a cardstock variant, so of course it is the $4.99 variant. Flash had a pretty cool one of him vibrating through a door. Yeah. I was going to say something about the door, but I'm not going to. Then we have a cardstock variant for Legion of Superheroes #5. So I snagged that one up there. Of course, Suicide Squad had one for it in the middle. Or #4. Yeah, cool. $4.99, another cardstock for Supergirl. I've been trying to cut down on the $4.99s. If I like the cover, I'll snag it up. Or if it's something that I constantly get, I'll snag it up. But yeah, whatever. I did pick up a graphic novel this week, and that is the Star Wars Epic Collection, The Clone Wars, Volume 3. Basically, yeah, I'm loving these epic collections from Marvel. $39.99, so I get all of this stuff. So hopefully we get to see what's going on in the Clone Wars when I finally get to reading all of this material that's no longer canon. So, yeah. And of course, the irony of this week and Diamond closing and new comics no longer shipping is the previews for April 2020. Issue 379 for books on sale in June of 2020 is released today. Yay! You can look at stuff that's not even going to be printed in that month anymore. So yeah. Don't forget, you can also get your Marvel previews and your DC previews. Three Jokers. Yeah, so about that 3 Jokers coming out in June. We'll see if that comes out in August, if we're lucky. But yeah, you can look through that. That's your best bet for ordering comics in advance and all of that stuff. So check out previews. I mean, going forward, we don't know what's going to happen. This is the first time comic book single issues have stopped production. Even World War II didn't stop it. Thanks, Comic Cron, for that little tidbit of information. But yeah, World War II, even with the paper recycling and the drives to reduce the use of paper, comic books still were shipped every single week. Corona apparently just knocking it out and basically bringing it all to a halt with the manufacturers, the printers, no longer printing stuff. So that's non-essential. So yeah, basically we're just kind of in a holding pattern, waiting to see what happens, see how the world reacts, see what's going on. So do your best to help support your local shop in any way you can by buying anything online and having it mailed to you, or kicking them some extra cash for credit later that you can use for when they finally reopen. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff out there that you can do. Ryan Higgins, my boss, friend, and longtime friend, basically had an idea that people would pay for a digital copy of a new book coming out with the promise of receiving a physical print copy down the road. And he was actually slammed on Newsarama or online by his peers for that. So it was a really weird, but I'm curious to see what you think if you would buy the digital version from your local comic book store, and then they would eventually give you a physical copy of that title once everything came back online. That's funny. Came back in reality. So yeah, let me know down the comment section below what you would do, or if you think that's a decent idea. It's not selling through where it's a small percentage of the said digital sale. It would be, the digital sale would represent a regular physical product sale. So whatever the discount is what the store would pay, and whatever you pay is the standard, on sale date price. And the profit that would be made is the same profit that the store would make off selling the actual physical one. Not if it was selling a digital copy of something that was only selling digital, like we used to at Comics Conspiracy when we had the digital storefront through Comixology, where we got a cut and a small portion of each thing sold. This would be more along the lines of actually giving retailers the ability to sell digital comics to their subscribers that then will guarantee a print comic. So it's kind of like, instead of buying a comic and getting a digital code in the back, you get the digital code, and then down the road a comic is shipped to your store for you because you've already paid for it. This is an idea. I don't know why it was slammed so hard by the comic industry. Being in the heart of the Silicon Valley, people are afraid that digital is going to take over. I'm more afraid of people not coming into a shop on a regular basis and buying comics every Wednesday and going, oh, yeah, I don't need to do this, or why was I doing this in the first place? And then they don't come back at all. At least with the digital, they have the content, they have the material that will keep them engaged. And then look, they come and get the thing for their collection later. I don't know. I see it as a decent idea for things going forward, especially since we cannot go to print and actually have the physical media there. But who knows? Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Please keep your responses nice and all that, because, the internet's a horrible place anyway. We don't want to add to it. Let me know what you picked up this last week of getting actual new comic books. Let me know what you're looking forward to eventually happening down the road. Let me know how you guys are doing, if you're staying safe, what you're doing in the meantime. If you've picked up anything or want to read anything, or if you have a question about suggestions, please plop it down there and I will try to answer it in the next video. Going forward, again, like I said, weekly videos. Just kind of catch up, see how everything's going with everybody. And just kind of, hey, we're all in this together. We're all doing what we can to prevent the spread of the virus, to help reduce the amount of people that need to get hospitalized for it. Basically, in a sense, just save lives in being home. Simple concept. It's hard. It's really saddening to see that people don't understand this concept out there in the real world. But that's it for this week's pull list. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments, like I said, in the comment section below. Let me know what you've got this last week of comic books coming out. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're reading for the shelter in place. Or if you aren't sheltering in place, what are you doing to, kind of keep everybody safe? Are you practicing social distancing? Whatever. Leave those down there in the comment section below. You can normally... You could normally listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast, but we didn't record this week because Ryan was sick. So hopefully it will be on next week. But I'll put a link in the description below for our previous episode, which is, I think, 445. So it's a repeat from last week, but that's okay. Check us out and give you something to listen to while you're sheltering in place and doing nothing. You can also help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees, getting food sometimes, and getting product. Thank you very much to our Patreon backers. It helps out immensely, and it's just thank you so much. We aren't at the point where we're asking for more help for the podcast, but who knows, down the road we might need to. But for as little as $1 a month, helping us, get a little bit here and there, and we try to give you decent quality content. You can help me out a little more directly by buying anything from the Amazon links here, or on my website, conspiratorbrock.com. And anything you buy through that Amazon link, I get a cut of. So if you go and you click on something and you don't buy that, but you keep going through that, you keep going and finding stuff and adding to your cart, I'll eventually get something. So thank you to everybody who does that. Yeah. You can also help me out by going over to my eBay page and seeing what I'm getting rid of to see if something you want to pick up. That also helps out as well. Thank you very much to everybody who helps pick stuff up that way. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle's @BrockSager. And yeah, I'm basically going to be getting ready to educate kids at home and work from home while going into the shop in the afternoons and evenings to pack up stuff for shipping, because Comics Conspiracy is still going to be shipping out products, so head over to comicsconspiracy.biz, see if there's anything there you want to buy it, and I will pack it up and ship it out to you as soon as I get through the other stack of stuff I'm shipping out. But I will get to it. So I know this one was a little long, but hopefully because you're stuck at home, you don't mind me entertaining you for a little bit longer. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.